So, full disclosure, I've kind of fallen off of new comic books. I stay up to date with comic book news through websites and other YouTube channels, but there aren't many new comics that I actively seek out. Part of the reason is I also like to read stories in full, so I'll wait for the trade of a story to drop. That's why this comic book, DC X Sonic the Hedgehog, I think that's how you pronounce that title, was totally off my radar until I saw someone post about it on X, and I'm glad I did. The image of Sonic racing Flash is what caught my attention, but the entire thing is really fun. This review is from someone who only has a basic working knowledge of Sonic the Hedgehog. I know about him and Tails and a few of their friends, really only through the video games, a few past comic books, and the movies. So apologies to any Sonic the Hedgehog lore masters out there who might cringe when I'm talking about the group of hedgehogs. Issue 1 starts in Sonic's dimension, with him and his friends seeing a large flying Darkseid head coming through a portal. Sonic and his friends have no idea what it is when it starts spitting out parademons. Sonic, Tails, and Amy are handling themselves as well, but Sonic says they need to check on their friends elsewhere, so they do just that. Meanwhile, Knuckles is guarding the Master Emerald, but Darkseid is able to destroy the island. These two inciting incidents, the arrival of Darkseid on what we learn is called a Ragnarok, I'm assuming pun intended, which is a device used to cross dimensions, and the blowing up of the Master Emerald, something that could have helped stop Darkseid, is what kicks off this issue. What follows is a really fun time of introducing 6 members of the Justice League: Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Batman, and Green Lantern. Each of these heroes are teamed up, so to speak, with what I'll call Team Sonic. Of course, we've got the obvious pairing of Flash and Sonic, and their introduction to one another doesn't disappoint. First, Flash confuses Sonic for Crackle. Then, Sonic and Flash exchange quips with the same sort of fun and snarky attitude. One of my favorites is how they're racing toward the city to help people, and Flash says, "Listen kid, I'm the Flash. I'm speed personified." To which Sonic doesn't miss a step, wink wink, and speeds past Flash while saying, "Then I'm speed perfected." It's so much fun. Then we get the other pairings of Amy and Tails aiding Wonder Woman and Cyborg in taking down an enemy, and Silver helps Green Lantern take down a couple of parademons. Another pairing, kind of as obvious as Flash and Sonic, is a teaming up of Shadow and Batman. While other members of Team Sonic exchange quips and offers of thanks with members of the Justice League, the introduction of the Batman and Shadow's pairing is perfect. A parademon is about to attack a citizen when Batman and Shadow come to the rescue at the same time, taking down the bad guy. The two heroes exchange stoic stares, and then both run out of the alley together, off to fight more villains. We finally get the two teams together, and the introduction of everyone happens. Like I said, I'm pretty clueless when it comes to Sonic lore, so I have no idea who Silver is, but he seems like a cool character, and it kind of makes me want to dig into some of the Sonic comics from the past. The interaction between the two groups is where we get the real laydown of what's happening, as the Justice League explains who Darkseid is to Team Sonic, and what he's after. It's here Team Sonic realizes Darkseid is probably after the Chaos Emeralds to power the Ragnarok. And if you're a newbie to Sonic lore like me, it's nice that Tails lets us know that Chaos Emeralds are 7 mystic gemstones of unlimited power. Once we understand what's happening, the teams splinter into duos to team up and work together in order to track down Darkseid and stop him. These pages of Team Sonic and the Justice League teaming up are just plain fun. You've got Knuckles teaming up with Superman, Amy with Wonder Woman, Batman with Shadow, Tails with Cyborg, Silver with Green Lantern, and of course, Sonic and the Flash. The two speedsters race towards South Island where they find Darkseid. The issue ends there on a cliffhanger, teasing Justice League and Sonic heroes versus Darkseid in the next issue. I've already said it multiple times, but this comic is really, really fun. It's written by Ian Flynn, who's a known Sonic writer, so he clearly has a handle on how to write Sonic and his friends, but he does a good job of writing members of the Justice League. On the surface, everyone seems to be written like they are in DC Comics, if written just with a little bit less edge. Which makes sense, because this really does come off as a Sonic comic guest starring the Justice League, not the other way around. That said, there was an interaction that I thought was hitting the nail on the head a little too bluntly. While the Justice League and Team Sonic are trying to come up with a plan to stop Darkseid, Shadow storms away saying he doesn't have time for this. Of course, the brooding hero acts like the brooding hero, and it makes sense that Batman tells everyone he'll take care of it. But when Batman catches up with the Dark Hedgehog, He bluntly asked Shadow, who was it? The one you couldn't protect, the one you watched die in front of you. It felt a little too in your face. Like, they're both brooding type heroes. We get it. We all know Batman's backstory. I suppose the writer just wanted to cover this quickly to show the similarities between them, but it just seemed to come out of nowhere for me. This is a 5-issue miniseries, so maybe they just wanted to get it out of the way quickly, but it almost felt a little too forced. The dialogue almost could have been Batman saying, who died? Someone died in my history, so who died in yours? We're the same. We both have a sad past. We're the same, see? Now we can team up. It just felt a little too clean, a little too cut and paste. The art in this book is by Adam Bryce Thomas, with colors by Matt Herms. Thomas is a well-known Sonic creator as well, having worked on a number of Sonic books. He does a great job in nailing the Sonic character, of course, but he does a really good job of nailing the Justice League characters as well. The Parademons look like they would fit nicely in Batman the Animated Series. And the Justice League members are all drawn like they fit in this world. I will say, Superman almost has a manga feel to him, but the other members are all drawn like they would look in this Sonic world. Maybe that's a testament to how hard people say Superman is to draw and get right. In the end, this is a great issue 1 of a 5-part miniseries. It has awesome art, and the story looks like it's going to be a real fun ride. The interactions between Team Sonic and the Justice League works, and the pairings are spot on. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the rest of this series plays out. If you enjoyed this review, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.